ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे। रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमु रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। 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 Second mantra onwards. Second Mundaka, first Khanda. दिव्यो ह्यमूर्तः पुरुषः सबाह्याभ्यन्तरो ह्यजः अप्राणो ह्यमनः शुभ्रः ह्यक्षरात् परतः परः एतस्माज्जायते प्राणः मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापः पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी अग्निर्मूर्धा चक्षुषी चन्द्रसूर्यौ दिशः श्रोत्रे वाग्विवृताश्च वेदाः वायुः प्राणो हृदयं विश्वमस्य पद्भ्यां पृथिवी एष सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा तस्मादग्निः समिधो यस्य सूर्यः सोमात् पर्जन्य ओषधयः पृथिव्याम् पुमान् रेतः सिञ्चति योषितायाम् बह्वीः प्रजाः पुरुषात् सम्प्रसूताः तस्मादृचः सामयजूंषि दीक्षा यज्ञाश्च सर्वे क्रतवो दक्षिणाश्च संवत्सरश्च यजमानश्च लोकाः सोमो यत्र पवते यत्र सूर्यः. Second mantra of this Mundaka pointed at essential nature of the truth. The question that Shaunaka Maharshi had asked Angirasa Rishi, what is that knowing by which everything becomes known? Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti. Angiras Rishi is telling Shaunak Maharshi, this Akshara is the origin of creation. Material cause of this universe is not matter. Material cause of this universe is consciousness. If you know consciousness, all effects emerging from consciousness are known. And consciousness is of the nature of nirvikara. It doesn't undergo any modification. So whatever is emerging from a changeless cause is only an appearance. This is the central idea of all these verses. First, nature of truth was described, second verse. Then whatever is seen in this creation, a poetic description is given on how everything has emerged from that same truth. It might look very different. The effect might look totally different than the cause. But once we have established that these effects have emerged from the cause, a subtle reminder is sufficient to turn attention to the cause. For example, if you have cotton and final product is cloth, the way cotton looks and the way cloth looks is very different. But once we logically understand that this cloth is nothing but cotton, different name and form given to cotton, there is nothing else here other than cotton, then just the reminder that this cloth is cotton, this cloth has come from cotton, that is sufficient to shift attention to cotton. Like that, once we have understood how Srishti Prakriya happens, from Akshara how these things emerge, then mantras like these are sufficient to hold on to Brahma Buddhi. Brahma Buddhi means to help us shift attention to the truth for an extended period of time. Generally what happens is, we hear this and it remains in one part of our understanding. When we see in Jiva, when we see creation, this thought, it's a great blessing if it comes, that this is nothing but Akshara. To help us bring this thought, these mantras are specifically pointing out. These things have emerged from Akshara, therefore it is nothing but Akshara. And at the same time, if attention is on Akshara, emergence will be understood as Mithya. Merely by saying Jagat is Mithya, nothing is going to happen. What we need is, we have to appreciate Jagat has emerged from Brahma. And Brahma is Nirvikara Karanam, changeless substratum. Any effect of a changeless substratum is only an appearance. Like the snake emerging from the rope, in that way. One more thing is highlighted here. At transactional level, Karya Karana, cause and effect, is not refuted. At transactional level, cause and effect is not refuted. If Jiva emerges from Stri Sharira, Karana is Purusha. Where did it come in Purusha? From Annam. Where did it come in Annam? From Parjanya. Where did it come in Parjanya? From Dyuloka or Chandraloka. Surya or Chandrama. That Dyuloka has emerged from Akshara. So our cause-effect analysis is intact as far as Vyavahara is concerned. Anyway, we don't go beyond one or two causes. With our Pratyaksha Pramana, we can go only one level or two level. Beyond that, we have to take support of Shastra Pramana only. But because Karya Karana is true, doesn't mean it is real. If I feel hungry in dream food will satiate my dream hunger. But that doesn't make dream real. Goswamiji says, in dream if somebody harms us, that harm will cause pain in dream. And that pain will not go away for good unless we wake up. The point he wants to show there is, even in dream, there is Karya Karana, cause and effect. But merely because there is cause and effect, doesn't make a thing to be Paramartha, thing to be true. That was the previous mantra we saw, Tasmad Agnis Samidho Yasya Suryaha. Surya Devata becomes the Samidaha, becomes the fuel. He is doing yajna into Dyuloka. Either from Dyuloka, which is heaven, or from Somaloka, which is Pitruloka. From there, Jivas fall. So, Dyuloka becomes the first fire, Pancha Agni. Second fire is Parjanya, rain cloud, and rains that bring the Jivas down. So, how does Jiva come to Bhumi Loka, taking support of what he comes? Taking support of rain, he comes. Oshadaya Pruthivyam. Third fire is plants. Rain does ahuti into earth. And result of that ahuti, result of that yajna is plants which are born. So plant becomes the third fire where Jiva resides. Then he goes into Purusha, who is the fourth fire, and Stri is the fifth fire. Then he becomes Bhumishta. Then his journey starts in this earth, on this earth. The main purpose was to show that our origin, absolute origin, is Akshara. Immediate causes might be several. And even in immediate causes, this mantra says, include all five. When you say, where did Jiva come from? Kastvam koham kuta ayatah. Real answer, Aksharat ayatah. Come from Akshara. If not, at least these five. Five Agnis, going through all of them, this Jiva is born. And another thing was, their journey is guided by karma. Which loka this Jiva has to go? There are 14 worlds. Jiva cannot say, I am tired of transmigration, let me take a break. That is the irony of Jiva. He drops Sharira in one loka, he has to take up Sharira in another loka. Or Bhuloka, wherever his karmas are going to take him, he cannot say, I don't want to go through samsaranam unless he gets moksha. Means without attaining liberation, without attaining knowledge that I am not a jiva, holding on to jivatva, holding on to desire, one cannot say, I don't want to pick any of these 14 lokas. According to the karma, jiva is sent to take a sharira. So that is the power of karma. How Bhagwan sends right jiva to the right family. These points we had seen. Now the next mantra is talking about how all Vedas, different karmas, including the karta, and the result of karmas, they have all emerged from same Akshara. Tasmadrucha Sama Yajumshi Diksha. Yajurveda, Samaveda, Rigveda, Samaveda, and Yajurveda, all of them have emerged from that Akshara, Tasmat. Diksha means disciplines which are taken up by the person who is going to do this karma. It's a very good thought to have, to be clear about our roles and responsibility. Diksha means that. Even in modern context, they have oath-taking ceremony. Anybody is elected to the office or something, any office, they'll have an oath-taking ceremony. That is Diksha. Means that person reminds himself, this is my identity, these are my roles. Even if there is pressure of situation, that person's promise is, I will not transgress these actions of mine, these duties of mine. Yajna includes Agnihotra and all other karmas. Kratava was the sacrificial post. We'll see details in Bhashya, I'm just translating the words. Kratava means sacrificial post used in Yajna. Dakshina is what is given to the priest. It can be one cow or entire wealth, whatever that person has. Samvatsara. Samvatsara refers to appropriate time to do that ritual. When is Rahu Kala? When is this Kala, that Kala? All of that is Samvatsara. Yajamanaha. Yajamanaha means doer. Lokaha. Lokaha means result of yajna in the form of Dakshina Marga lokas. Somo Yatra Pavate means those lokas which are purified by the moon, or Dakshina Marga, like Pitruloka. And Pavate Yatra Surya, or that loka where sun shines brilliantly, Uttarayana Marga or Dhyuloka. Now, main point to note here is, all these are true. 6 factors, almost 6 factors are mentioned here. Vedas are mentioned, Diksha is mentioned, Yajna, Kratavaha, Dakshina, Samvatsara, Yajamana, and Loka, 8 of them. Everything is true from which standpoint? Vyavahara standpoint. If somebody wants a loka, then doing these 7 things before that diligently, finding the right time, right diksha, right karma, that will give that result. But if you pay attention to the origin of all these 8 things, what is the origin of these 8 things? Akshara. They have emerged from that Akshara which is not changing. So what is the status of all these 8 things? It is an appearance. From when attention shifts to Akshara, all effects disappear. This is what this mantra is trying to do. It is pointing out a set of things to show that at Vyavahara level, there is Karya Karana Bhava. If karma is done well, Loka is attained. But if we pay attention to the cause of karma, cause of karta, and cause of lokas, everything has emerged from that one Akshara. Therefore, that status of effect, all 8 effects, is nothing but an appearance. So as students of Advaita Vedanta, Upanishad is telling us one should think in this way. Pay more and more attention to Akshara and look at the world from Akshara standpoint. We discussed Karya Karana so that intellect doesn't have too many questions in Vyavahara. As far as Vyavaharic transactional plane is concerned, Karta is true, Karma is true, Karma Phala is true. That is why it was said, Tadetat Satyam. But samsara will not end just by this. Because the result of that karma is impermanent, time bound. Therefore, he went and inquired into creation, parikshalokan karmachitan brahmana, nirvedam ayat. He said there is nothing we are going to attain through karma. Nothing permanent we are going to attain through karma. Na asti akrutah krutena. In this entire creation, there is only one thing which is permanent, and it is akruta, not created. That uncreated thing is consciousness. One cannot attain it by doing something. That he has understood. Now he is trying to understand. Tadvijnanartham sagurumeva abhigachet. And this is the teaching given to him. Let us look at the bhashya. Kincha karma sadhanani phalani cha tasmat eva iti aha katham tasmat purushat ruchah niyata akshara pada avasanaha gayatriadi chando vishishtaha mantraha sama panchabhaktikam saptabhaktikam cha stobhadi gita vishishtam yajumshi aniyata akshara pada avasanani vakyarupani evam trividhaha mantraha diksha maunjadilakshanaha krutaniyama visheshaha. Kincha. Moreover, karma sadhanani phalani cha. All karma sadhana means for karma and results of karma. Tasmad eva iti aha. Shankaracharyaji's mastery in summarizing is mind-boggling sometimes. So many things will be said, but he will give only 2 words and say, focus on these 2 words, you will get the whole mantra in your hand. So what is this mantra talking about? Karma, karma sadhanas and karma phala, everything has emerged from Akshara. What is the status of emergence? Mithya. If you pay attention to karma, karma sadhana and karma phala, it will have karya karana, cause and effect. But if you pay attention to Akshara, all these 3 will appear to be an appearance. All these 3 will be understood to be an appearance. Means whenever mind is quiet, whenever mind is inspired to walk on the path of Advaita Vedanta, instead of trying to solve samsara, we should try to negate samsara. How will I negate samsara? By paying attention to the self. Remaining as a samsari, accepting myself as a samsari, I cannot negate samsara. Remaining as kshetrajna, finite kshetrajna, I cannot try to solve kshetra. what is the way kshetranyam chapi mam vidhi? Understanding that there is only Ishvara who is appearing as kshetra and as kshetrajna. In 13th chapter language, this is how we can put it. There is only one truth in which this samsara is appearing. Ramana Maharshi simplified it for us. Instead of using the word kshetra, kshetrajna, his method of inquiry was, to whom is this samsara appearing? To whom is this samsara appearing? Devotee would say, it's appearing to me. He should then inquire into what is the essential nature of I. So when he inquires, he finds it is pure consciousness. In pure consciousness, there can be no modification. So even the perception of samsara needs modification of aham. Any thought that comes, if I say, I am observing this thought, I am seeing this thought, I become an experiencer. That experiencerhood itself is vikara. Doership is a vikara. Vikara means modification. This point we saw in 13th chapter also. Modifying I and non-modifying I, they cannot coexist with same degree of reality. So more we pay attention to the non-modifying I, which is Akshara, to that extent reality given to samsara reduces. Katam tasmat purushat. How come from this purusha, what all things have emerged? Katham tasmat purushat ruchaha. Katham tasmat means, Katham is referring to the previous sentence. Kincha karma sadhanani phalanicha tasmat eva itiha. Karma sadhanas and karma phala, they have emerged from Akshara. How? Katham tasmat. From that purusha, ruchaha, Rugveda has emerged. Niyata akshara pada avasanaha. Those mantras which have fixed number of letters by which you can create meters. Pada avasanaha means quarters are very systematic. Patterns are there. Those mantras mostly fall under Rigveda. Gayatriadi chando vishishtaha. Gayatri chanda, Anushtup chanda, all of them are part of Rigveda. Sama pancha bhaktikam, sapta bhaktikam cha. Samaveda is those mantras which have the ability to be sung. Mantras which can be sung, they are called as Samaveda mantras. And the singing has 5 stages, 5 steps. Like in classical music, you have alap. That will be your first step. Then you have jod, jhala, different aspects of that singing. Like that, Samaveda mantras have 5 different stages of singing. That is called as Sama. Stobhadi Gita Vishishtam. Stobhadi means it also has some portions without a meaning. In classical music, they do something called as tarana. In tarana, the word doesn't have meaning, but listening to it gives joy. Like that in Samaveda mantras, there are some stobhadi portion which don't have a specific meaning. Either it will be 5 steps divided or 7 steps. Those mantras are called as Sama. What is Yajumshi? Yajumshi means Aniyata Akshara Pada Avasanani. Those mantras which are in prose order, which are in the form of sentences, they are Yajurveda mantras. Vakya Rupani Evam Trividaha Mantraha. Did you notice something here? Only 3 Vedas are mentioned. Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda. And which Upanishad is saying this? Mundakopanishad, which belongs to Atharva Veda. So it is included in the 3 Vedas. Sometimes it is not counted as a separate Veda. That is why 3 are mentioned. Then Diksha. Diksha is Maunjadi Lakshanaha. Maunjadi Lakshanaha. Maunja, one meaning is Darbha, grass. Whichever ritual is done, before that they have to wear it and make certain promises, signing the contract for this karma. Or it also means the Janevu. Means for every ashrama, they will have a specific Diksha. And that indicator becomes a reminder of their duties. Commentator here, he writes, even the Mangala Sutra that women wear after marriage, that is also a sign of Diksha. What is the main point? All of these things have come from Akshara. So anything we do with faith, finally it reaches Paramatma only. Kartru Niyama Visheshaha. What is the main point of Diksha? It reminds the person of the vows he has to follow. It's like a uniform. Army officers, when they are wearing uniform, they'll be extra careful about what they do. There was an anecdote in Gurudev's life in Siddhabari, where one army officer comes, and Gurudev was there, he didn't know. He said, Gurudev, I want to change and come so that I can do pranam. He said, why do you need to change? He said, I'm in my uniform. Army doesn't allow doing pranam in uniform. He said, that is niyama. That is diksha. Just like other professions have diksha, doctors wear white cloth, army people have their uniform, aircraft pilots, they wear their uniform. That is their diksha. Like that, every ashrama also will have its own diksha. It should remind that person what he is supposed to do and what he is not supposed to do. Did we chant that? Yajñāscha? No, I think. Yajñāscha sarve agnihotradayah kratavah sayupaha dakshināscha ekagavadi aparimita sarvasvantaha samvatsarascha kalah karmangah yajamanascha karta lokaha tasya karma phalabhutaha te visheshyante somah yatra yeshu lokeshu pavate punati lokanyatra yeshu suryah tapati yecha tapati cha techa dakshinayana uttarayana margadvayagamyaha vidvat avidvat kartruphalabhutaha. All yajnas have emerged from that Akshara. What are yajnas? Agnihotradayah. Means the daily duties a person is supposed to do. Agnihotra is upalakshana for nitya naimittika karma. Wherever Bhagwan has placed us, whatever is our daily duty, those duties have emerged from Bhagwan. Kratavaha sayupaha. Sayupaha is sacrificial post. Dakshinascha. What is dakshina? Eka gavadi. Starting from one cow. Aparimita sarva swantaha. Giving away everything that a person possesses. Like in Vishwajit Yaga that Nachiketa's father was doing. Means look at their faith. If that ritual says, give away everything that you have, you will get much more in next life. That person doesn't hesitate to do it. That is this dakshinaha. Samvatsarasya. Samvatsarasya is kalaha. Time, which is karmanga. What is the appropriate time to do that ritual such that the result is maximum. Efficacy is maximum. Yajamanascha. Yajamana is the karta, the doer of that ritual. Lokaha tasya karma phala bhutaha. Lokaha is the result of that karma. Whatever was performed, result is lokaha visheshyante. That is being elaborated. Somaha yatra yeshu lokeshu pavate punati. That world which is purified by moon rays. Somaha yatra punati lokan. Those worlds. Yatra yeshu suryah tapati. That those worlds where sun shines and illumines. These are two types of worlds. What are they? Dakshinayana and Uttarayana. Somaha yatra pavate is Dakshinayana and yatra suryaha tapati. Tapati is not there in the mantra. Shankaracharya adds it. Those worlds where sun shines brilliantly, they have also emerged from this Akshara. Who go to these worlds? Vidvat, avidvat, kartruphala bhutaha. What is the meaning of vidvat over here? Which vidya has he gained? Upasana vidya. One who goes to higher worlds is the one who is doing upasana. And avidvad is one who is doing only karma. Remember those mantras came, Ishta Purtam Manyamana Varishtham. Pious person doing good work, doing satkarma, but no upasana, no meditation upon Bhagavan. That path is Dakshina Marga. And the one who does karma and upasana, Tapashraddeye Yupavasantyaranye Shanta Vidvamso Bhaikshcharyam Charanta. That person goes through Uttarayana Marga. So all these worlds, they have emerged from that same Akshara. If you pay attention to Akshara, world disappears. If you only pay attention to world, there is cause and effect. This is the difference between drishti. Where are we paying attention? Now in the next mantra, different facets of cosmic creation is pointed out. See, until now we spoke about Adhyatma and Adhibhuta. Adhyatma means individual. Sense organs, mind, that has emerged from consciousness. And we spoke about Adhibhuta. 5 elements, they have emerged from consciousness. But this creation is not only Adhyatma and Adhibhuta. There is third entity also. What is that? Adidaiva, Devatas. Now, Devatas, we should not say, I don't believe in Devatas. You ask that person, what is the reason you don't believe? I don't see it. The question our scriptures ask is, what have we done to see it? Every knowledge demands certain practices. So each Devata, they have their own rituals for manifesting that Devata. It's just like, if I have not seen an atom, I cannot say I don't believe in an atom. What will the scientist tell me? What have you done to see the atom? You cannot see it through your physical eyes. That is the concept of Devatas. But there are some nice philosophies, understanding in Sanatan Dharma, which will get clarified with this mantra. One thing we hear generally, how many gods are there in Sanatan Dharma? 33 crore. 33 crore. Actually, it is 33 types. Type in Sanskritam is called as koti. And in due course of time, that koti got translated into crore. So 33 types of Devatas are there. Who are these 33 types? You have 8 Vasus, Ashta Vasus. 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras. Ekadasha Rudra. Then 12 Adityas. 12 Adityas and 2 Ashwini Kumaras. Medical department. Ashwini Kumaras, 2 doctors. So 8 plus 11 plus 12 plus 2 is 33. And all Devatas will be included in these 33 types. Indra Bhagwan, Vayu Devata, Agni Devata, you name any. They will be included in one of these types. So all Devatas also have emerged from that same Akshara. Tasmacha deva bahudha samprasutaha sadhyah manushya pashavo vayamsi pranapanau vrihi yavau tapascha Shraddha satyam brahmacharyam vidhischa tasmacha deva bahudha samprasutaha sadhyah pashavo vayamsi pranapanau vrihi yavau tapascha Shraddha satyam brahmacharyam vidhischa. Same concept. Everything has emerged from Brahma, from Akshara. But here the focus is now on Adideva also. Devaha. Devatas, 33 types, including all the Vasus. They have emerged from Akshara. Bahudha samprasutaha. Bahudha actually is connected with all different or each and every word of this mantra. Different types of Devatas, different types of Sadhyaha, different types of Manushaha. So Bahudha should go with all of them. Samprasutaha, they have emerged. Sadhyaha means a special type of Devata. Whatever is said in Upanishad, more elaboration you will find in Puranas. You will find subcategory of Devatas, Gandharvas will be there, Kinnaras will be there. But here those details are not given. Because the main point is Everything is emerged from Akshara. Sadhyaha Manushyaha. Who are Manushyaha? Those who have karma adhikara. Those who are having the free will to do actions and gain punya, they are called as Manushya. Now somebody might say, I thought Manushyas, they were born from Manu Maharaj. That is how the name Manushya comes. Manoho apatyam. One who is born from Manu, he is called as Manushya. How come it is said Manushya is born from Akshara? You said, look at the sequence. Who is Manu Maharaj's father? Brahmaji. And Manu Maharaj is mind-born son of Brahmaji. Where was Brahmaji born from? That Akshara. From Akshara comes Manushya. That is the main point here. Pashavaha. Pashava means animals. Shankaracharya says, Gramya Aranyaha. Gramya means, literal translation is, those animals which live in the city. And Aranyaha means those animals which live in the forest. How will you translate that? No, pets. Gramyaha means pets. Those which are reared by people. Gramyaha and Pashavaha and Aranyaha, those which live in the forest. Both of them are included in this word Pashavaha. Vayamsi. Vayamsi is birds. Vayas Shabda becomes Vayamsi. Prana Pano, Prana and Apana, which is the life of a human being, that has also emerged from Akshara. Vrihi, Vrihi means rice, and Yavaha means barley. Rice and barley. Main point is, when you see rice, remember Akshara. But rice looks so different than Akshara. Just like cloth looks different than cotton. One reminder is sufficient to bring that Brahma Buddhi. This person whom Upanishad is addressing is very familiar with all these items. He sees it day in and day out. In Kali Yuga, if some Upanishad would be revealed, then different items would have been there. Car will be there, phone will be there, laptop will be there. Because those are the items we are familiar with. So the bhavana should be, this has also emerged from that same Akshara. Vrihi Yavav Tapasya. Tapasya means austerity. Actually, until this point, Shankaracharya directly translates different words, but for tapaha, he gives a very nice definition. He says tapaha is karmanga. Karmanga means any work we take, it will bring some kind of austerity. That work will decide how our routine should be. You take any house repair. We will start it with the idea that we'll finish it within few days, few weeks. But that karma will decide how much tapasya we have to do. He says you take any karma, tapasya is part of it. That is austerity. Or Purusha Samskara Lakshanam. Second definition of tapasya is that which brings discipline in a person. Mind generally doesn't like discipline. It likes to do what it wants. But one who takes up some austerity, or one who is made to do certain austerity, he becomes a very polished person. Purusha Samskara Lakshanam, he says. Or third thing is Swatantram cha Phala Sadhanam. Or it is capable of giving a result on its own. It could be an independent thing that a person does, not part of any karma, nor is he doing any special anushtanam. It is separately taken up. That tapasya has also emerged from Akshara. Then Shraddha. Shraddha also he translates, opens up that word. He says, Yat purvakaha sarva purushartha sadhanam. It is the main ingredient which will inspire a person to take up any task. If a person ends up doing anything in life, the thing which prompted him to do it is faith. Purushartha sadhanam. It might be in yogasana, it might be in Ayurveda, it might be in Adhyatma, spiritual topic. What took him there is his faith. 17th chapter Bhagavan has written only on this one word, Shraddha, Bhagavad Gita. Rajasic, Tamasic Shraddha, Rajasic Shraddha, Satvik Shraddha, different types. And Prayogascha. Prayoga is Anushtanam, that which brings faith to take up certain practices, that is called as Shraddha. What happens to a person who has faith? Uses a very nice word, Chitta Prasadaha. Person who has faith, he is very relaxed. Otherwise, he tries to take up everything in his hands. Who is responsible for my life hereafter? He says, I am responsible. I will do this. I will do that. Now the difference between this person and Bhakta is also hardworking. But he says it will get done through God's grace. So the bottom line of whether a person has faith or not, he says, look at your mind. If it is relaxed, then there is Shraddha. If it is aprasanna, then we have to increase Shraddha. Chitta Prasadaha. Shankaracharya's way of communicating that is very unique. He communicates that particular word through the result. How do I know I have Shraddha? He says, see whether your mind is stressed or relaxed. Astikya buddhi, this firm faith of existence of something. Astikya buddhi could be in God or it could be in any goal. This understanding or conviction that such a thing exists, that is called faith. Astikya buddhi, that is Shraddha. Then Satyam. Satyam, he says, Anruta Varjanam, avoiding untruth. Yatha Bhutartha Vachanam, speaking or presenting a thing as it is. But at the same time, Apida Karam, not hurting anybody by speaking the truth. Having both these qualities, avoiding untruth, at the same time making sure that it is sweet to hear. That is called as Satyam. Our scriptures never endorse that statement, I speak what I like to speak, or as I think I speak, what I feel I speak. There is nothing great in that. You should feel the right thing and say it in the right way. That is what is said here. Apida karam vakyam. That statement should not cause agitation. Then brahmacharyam maithuna asamacharaha. Celibacy, that is meant by brahmacharya. And vidishcha, injunctions for karma. different injunctions or karma, they have also emerged from the same Akshara. Okay. Bhashya is very simple. If you just read it also, you'll understand. First 2 lines you see, last 2 lines I already covered. Tasmacha Purushat Karmanga Bhutaha. From that same Purusha, which was discussed in second mantra, which is our own Aparoksha Swarupa, Devaha Bahudaha, different types of Devatas, they have emerged. Vasavadi Gana Bhedena. Ashtavasus, 11 Rudras, Adityas, Ashwini Kumaras, they have emerged from same Akshara. Samprasutaha, Samyak Prasutaha, very well emerged. Sadhyaha, Deva Visheshaha. Sadhyaha is special category of Devatas. Manushyaha, Karma Adhikrutaha, those who have the free will to do karma. They are called as Manushya. Who are Pashavaha, Gramya Aranyaha. Pets and wild animals, both are included. Vayamsi Pakshinaha. See, when you read such Bhashya, we will appreciate that without Bhashya, it's difficult to come up with literal meaning. What is the meaning of Vayamsi? Say, Vayamsi Pakshinaha, birds. Jivanam cha Manushyadinam. Pranapano. Prana apana refers to the life of a human being. Vrihi yavau havihi arthau. To offer into that yajna, the havish which is used was generally made from rice and barley. Then tapascha karmanga, all of that we saw. Okay, last word was vidihi, means kartavyata, injunctions of how to do karma. Everything has emerged from that same Akshara. So we'll take a break during winter. This will be our last session for this semester. Next week is Thanksgiving. We'll get ready for our Thanksgiving discourse. So we'll not have class from Tuesday onwards. This weekend classes are as they are. Then entire December I'll be traveling, so we won't have classes during December. We'll meet again in January. But meanwhile, whatever mantras we have covered, if you are inspired, you can read just the Bhashya part, mantra and Bhashya. By looking at the mantra, we should be able to get the same meaning which is mentioned in Bhashya. Some words elaboration was there, which is good, but the gist of it we should be able to appreciate. More we keep going back, more we keep revising, they become part of our thinking. Thanksgiving we will see 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita, selected verses. Bhagwan places 3 gunas next to each other: Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And he says, unless we place next to each other, it is hard to see the difference. Sattvic person, Tamasic person, both look the same. Sattvic person is also meditating, Tamasic person is also sitting down. What is the difference? Bhagwan will mention all of that. Then he says, choice is yours. Look at where you are right now. If you are in Tamasic, come to Rajasic. If you are in Rajasic, go to Sattvic. It's a very nice chapter. We'll try to explore it. There is a registration, so please do sign up for it if you plan to come. Happy Thanksgiving, happy winter break. We'll meet in January. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. There is one question here. What are the worlds reached by the paths of moon and the sun? Are they the same? 6 above and 7 below. No, here you can consider Dakshinayana is Pitruloka and Uttarayana is Dyuloka or Swarga. Okay. Hari Om. Hari Om. Good to see you all with your videos on. Hari Om.